Here are 17 cringiest moments of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, red carpet edition. By the end of this video, you'll wish you could unsee all of them. Meghan always wants to be at the center of everything. She was deeply disappointed when she was told to get off the red carpet while Harry, as the guest dignitary, inspected the guard of honor welcoming them. Officials had to extensively explain why she could not stand beside Harry on the red carpet. All these explanations went in one ear and out the other. She instead followed Harry along the edge of the red carpet, mimicking his movements. This showed that Meghan has no fundamental understanding of official state visits. She forgot that in many countries, the host nation presents guards of honor who are then inspected by the guest dignitary. After her official visit to Morocco, Meghan clearly did not want a repeat of her earlier embarrassment. Meghan arrived in Morocco on a mission. No more standing behind anyone, no more waiting for her turn. This time, she physically barged ahead of Harry to shake hands with King Mohammed VI of Rabat first, her own husband. She cut in front of her own husband to greet a king. And that pretty much set the tone for the entire visit, with Meghan leading the way and Harry dutifully trailing behind her like a royal shadow. At this point, we're not sure if Harry is her husband or her assistant. They had been cut off from royal funds, and it seemed the money was running low. At the Lion King premiere in London, Harry decided to plug Meghan's talent to Disney CEO Bob Iger, saying, "Do you know she does voiceover?" Iger looked puzzled, as if wondering whether this was the right place or time for such a pitch, but he responded politely. Supporting your spouse is admirable, but doing it in a receiving line is neither the best place nor the right time. Bob Iger later honored Harry's request, and Meghan narrated the Disney documentary Elephant. Her performance was widely panned, and that turned out to be her last voiceover role. Harry and Meghan thought they were having a nice night out at the ESPY Awards, but as they made their exit, the crowd had some parting words for them. Someone in the crowd could be heard shouting, "You destroyed the royal family," as the couple walked out. Not exactly the Hollywood ending they were hoping for.
Harry, what do you think about destroying the royal family? Meghan, you destroyed the royal family!
At the Salute to Freedom Veteran Gala in 2021, Harry was actually doing great, chatting away, being social, making friends like a normal human. But here comes Meghan, floating in with a gown so big it probably needed its own seat, and she grabs her husband mid-conversation and drags him away. And Harry, he just went away like a puppy on a leash. The poor guy didn't even get to finish his sentence. He just followed, because apparently that's the job now. So Meghan decided to make her exit from the Paley Center, and it was not the glamorous moment she was going for. Instead of a grand Hollywood exit, she slipped out the back door like she was avoiding someone she owed money to. She was all smiles for the photographers, but her expensive Oscar de la Renta gown was dragging along the dirty, grimy floor of a back alley. That designer dress was picking up things we don't even want to think about. The internet had a field day with people calling the moment trashy, and honestly, when your couture gown is mopping up a back alley floor, it's hard to argue. Apparently, nobody told Meghan that not everything is about her. At a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a Navy SEAL Foundation training facility, this grown woman became visibly obsessed with cutting a ribbon. She tried her best to be the main focus. She impatiently nudged Harry to move forward, planted herself so close to the ribbon that she actually blocked Robin King's view, forcing Robin to say out loud, "I can't see anything." She was photobombing Robyn's own event. Harry was standing there watching all of this unfold. Meghan Markle considers herself a fashion icon, but then goes on to make these kinds of mistakes. When she arrived in Tonga in 2018, sharp-eyed observers noticed that she had forgotten to remove the tag from her red self-portrait dress. This was strange, especially since her stylist did not notice this misstep. What a crown-level embarrassment.
Meghan Markle makes a funny fashion faux pas in Tonga. The Duchess of Sussex looks stunning in her red self-portrait dress and completes her bold look with Manolo Blahnik BB pumps and a Christian Dior clutch. But there's just one problem. A closer view reveals she accidentally left the tag on the bottom of her dress. Whoops, it's a rare fashion mishap.
At the Paley Honors Award show in 2024, Meghan clung to her friend and awardee Tyler Perry, reveling in the spotlight. Tyler was about to move on, but it seemed that Meghan wanted one more photo. She held on to Tyler until the photo was done. Fortunately, attendees were soon directed to sit down, and Tyler quickly freed himself and moved away, leaving Meghan standing there clapping for no obvious reason. This awkward clapping has become her signature move whenever she feels embarrassed. Meghan once again showed her narcissistic tendencies by ignoring red carpet etiquette, which requires guests to move along and allow others their moment. At the CHLA Gala, Meghan pulled CEO Paul Viviano into a red carpet photo opportunity. Event organizers quickly directed them aside. Meghan seeks attention by any means necessary. At the Children's Hospital Los Angeles Charity Gala in October 2024, she clung like a needy child to her friend and CHLA Heart Ambassador Kelly Zafin. Observers joked that she inappropriately guided Kelly's hand near her crotch. You'd think after the crotch clutch incident, Meghan would keep a respectable distance from Kelly. Nope. At another red carpet appearance with the same friend, Meghan was back at it, clinging, posing, and draping herself all over Kelly like it was a high school yearbook photo. Online users were quick to call it performative, with one person pointing out that for someone who constantly preaches about authenticity, this desperate grab for attention says anything but that. And by the way, I don't remember Meghan letting anyone touch her pregnant belly. Remember, Meghan is the queen of the claw. At the ESPYs in July 2024, when it was time for Harry to receive the Pat Tillman Award, she clutched his hand tightly. When his name was called, Meghan was still gripping him with both hands. Harry had no option but to shake himself free from her grasp. Meghan reacted quickly, pretending nothing happened, and immediately stood up to give him a standing ovation. In 2022, the Sussexes proudly accepted an award many felt they did not deserve. They received the NAACP President's Award for Distinguished Public Service. This decision sparked backlash, including from NAACP life member and activist Bishop Talbert Swan, who stated on social media, "I'm embarrassed." He continued by asking whether there was truly no one engaged in the justice struggle for Black people in America more deserving of the award.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
I think it's safe to say that I come from a very different background than my incredible wife. Yet our lives were brought together for a reason. We share a commitment to a life of service.
And I couldn't be prouder that we're doing this work together.
At the Bob Marley One Love movie premiere in February 2024, Harry and Meghan met Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness. This meeting was widely seen as insensitive, as Holness had previously stated that Jamaica intended to remove the king as its head of state. Many questioned why Harry would place himself in such a situation.
As they posed for photos with Jamaica's anti-royalist prime minister, the man who has said he wants to ditch the monarchy.
Hypocrisy wears these two like a crown. In 2022, they accepted the RFK Ripple of Hope Award for fighting institutional racism. When people questioned what they have done to deserve it, Kerry Kennedy, president of the RFK Human Rights Foundation, tried to justify it. She claimed they confronted one of the oldest institutions in UK history about its alleged structural racism. However, This award quickly became a joke when Harry later denied that they ever accused his family of racism during a January 2023 ITV interview with Tom Bradby. When Bradby referenced the Oprah interview and asked whether they had accused family members of racism, Harry interrupted and said no, blaming the British press. At that point, even the devil would have been shocked by the denial. Harry showed up in Nigeria, and apparently nobody told him, or he simply chose to forget, that he is no longer a working royal. He was greeted with a full guard of honor, the kind of ceremony normally reserved for actual dignitaries and heads of state, not a man who voluntarily packed his bags, moved to California, and quit the firm. He lost his working royal status. He lost his military titles. But clearly, he did not lose his taste for the treatment that came with them. The audacity was not missed by many, and people were quick to call it out. There you have it, Meghan Markle and Harry's 17 cringiest red carpet moments. Let us know which one caught your attention or which ones we missed. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.